Uh-oh, that's not good.
Cool.
Kim and I were exploring some random jungle land on the eastern side of Oahu one day, and all of a sudden, the skies opened up on us. Seriously, just an hour ago, we were on Wamanalu Beach, and I saw some cloudy crap moving in, but I didn't think it would be that bad. Well, it was bad. Real bad. Came out of nowhere. And Kim wasn't happy that I took us back there.
He thinks that these emergency flash flood warnings are a joke and that no big deal. And it's pouring down rain and we're driving through major, major puddles.
We're gonna be fine. She was kind of right. There were reports on the radio, they were pulling people out of trees and everything. But that's what you get when you go into the Hawaiian jungle sometimes. You never know. So Kim and I spent a week on Oahu in May of 2024. Now, I've already shown you guys a bunch of the videos already. You've seen the Hawaiian slums and the homeless shit and Honolulu and rich people land. But there's a lot to this island that I have yet to show you. You know, the behind the scenes and the back road stuff and the cool crap that you don't see in Hawaii unless you intentionally go out of your way to look for it. So right now, I'm going to show you all the things that we saw on Oahu when we were here. That way, you have a better understanding of what life is like on Hawaii's most populated place. So strap up with us in the Jeep. We're exploring Oahu! What is happening? This is fucking crazy. It's a huge pool party. Boy, was this place going off. There was a big concert in town, and all these so hip millennial types were totally living the life that day. I felt really old and not very cool. We had just made it to the North Shore on Oahu, and I thought, I'm gonna go see what that noise is all about. This was that noise. For the first 3 days we were in Hawaii, pretty much spent them in Honolulu, mostly on Waikiki. So on day 4, we hopped in the Jeep and explored for the first time. The first day after we left Honolulu land, Kim and I took a drive up to the North Shore. That's where the cool people go, I guess. This is the route we took. We left Honolulu around 11 and headed up the middle of the state through some poor lands and middle-class communities up to Haleiwa, to the tip of the state, and then around the backside. The tip of the state is where we saw that party. But our day began in a pretty unassuming way. It started out at Hawaii's biggest grocery store chain. Our first stop was Foodland. So I had to know, where do these mysterious people shop? This is a fancy Foodland. On Mother's Day. This looks like a regular store to me. Simple and clean. The bread's a little different. You don't see that in most supermarkets. The flip-flop section. But for the most part, this is pretty basic, pretty boring. I had higher expectations for cool. But it's Foodland. Seafood, that's cool. By the way, every grocery store in Hawaii has amazing sushi. Every single one. That's where we had lunch most days. Grocery store sushi. So I just loaded my card up here. $72 for that at Foodland. I don't know how they do it. That's Hawaii. Jeez. They also have a chain here called Don Quixote. And I bet their prices are high too. Everything here is expensive. And before the trip, everybody told me, Nick, when you're in Hawaii, you need to check out Zippy's. It's our restaurant chain here. So, of course, I did. Zippy's to me looks like a modified version of a Marie Callender's inside. Except the menu, it's more local fare. Chicken plates, some Asian influences. Oxtail soup? $28? What the? I didn't get any oxtail soup. No way. I'm going to show you all the different food we ate as we went along the way. But it wasn't oxtail soup, and it wasn't Zippy's stuff. We wanted to save money and also try new things. Like chicken. Hey, chickens. What are you guys doing? So this is totally a thing here. These islands are overwhelmed with chickens. And I mean overwhelmed. They're a nuisance, many say. Well, the sugarcane plantation people brought them over here in the 1800s. And then when the sugarcane plants began to shut down, they just let the chickens go. And chickens multiply very easily, apparently. I thought it was cool. You see these hens with their babies all over the place. And the locals just walk right by, don't even really notice them. Or even in downtown Honolulu. And the chickens like the Pringles too. Now, wait till we get to Kauai in a few videos. That place is Chicken Central. Anyways, we didn't eat at Zippy's. We wanted real local food. So we chose Maui Mike's, known for their great chicken. And every time we ate chicken, we thought, did they get these from the side of the road? We're in downtown Oahu, and it's raining for the first time. This was the first day we experienced a Hawaiian rainstorm. But not the last. Just wait till a couple days later. Now, in the middle of the day, we came to the small town of Haleiwa, population 4,700. Now, this is a charming little former sugar plantation town that still has the architecture of the sugar industry from the 1800s. Today, it's almost all focused on tourism. And the tourists were thick that day, despite it being off and on rainy and a middle of the week day and off season. I bet this is annoyingly packed in the summertime. Huh, everyone? Look at that. 9 minutes to go 2 miles. And that was nothing. One day in Honolulu, it was 42 minutes to go 14 miles. I'm telling you, if your phone says it's going to take 20 minutes to get somewhere, just double it. Hi there. Now, to save money on food and to just eat good food, we ate at food trucks, like just about every time. Almost every day the first 2 weeks. Jenny's Shrimp Truck on the North Shore in Haleiwa came in highly recommended. We got the spicy garlic shrimp plate, and it was And then I looked over and noticed, is that lady eating the shells and tails and everything? I guess that's just how they do it here. Oh, that's my shrimp. Gotta get my shrimp. But it's a beautiful day now that the rain cleared out. I mean, I don't think it's ever not a pretty day in Hawaii. And we're gonna go see some beaches. Shave ice is a big deal in Hawaii. Everybody has to pay $10 for a cup of ice and flavored sugar when they're here. So we pop by the most popular shave ice joint in the North Shore, and that's Moto's. Clearly very popular. And I'm gonna run across the street without stopping because I had to keep the shot going. Look at all these people eating shave ice. Man. Look at this. Oh my God. And boy, was it busy. So we left without shave ice. Damn it. It wasn't until my last day in Kona on the Big Island before I actually ate the stuff. And then continuing on the food theme on this day, pineapple and sugar plantations are a big deal here, or were a big deal. It's all very controversial. The pineapple fields first came here in the 1800s, and many native Hawaiians say that the large corporate pineapple and sugar farms were the beginning of the end of this state. I'm going to talk about that a lot more as I go along the journey. Well, there's still a few pineapple fields here, but they're tiny. That right there is the biggest pineapple farm left in the USA, and it's only 2,700 acres big. Yep, that's the only Dole pineapple left growing in the USA. Turns out China and other Asian countries, well, they can grow pineapples for 1/10 the price. Because, slave labor. Damn China. Ruins everything. Back in the day, this whole island was pineapples and sugar, and they reaped all the land of its resources, and now it's just not pineapples anymore. This is just all about all that's left right here on Oahu, and it is coming down now. We stopped by the Dole Plantation Museum thing in central Oahu, and that was really boring. There's a gift shop where you can buy Dole crap. Well, I was disappointed. It's just a store. There's pineapples. All right, so we're out here at the Dole Plantation at the north end of the island, and it is basically a tourist trap. There's really nothing to do up here. Kind of wanted to see big fields of pineapples growing off in the distance, maybe some field workers, but not today, not here. Apparently, I'm one of the only people that thought to bring an umbrella. I thought that was like a rule that when you were vacationing and touring Hawaii, you had to have an umbrella, right? Now, earlier I showed you guys what a typical middle-class hood looks like on Oahu. Well, that was Eva Beach. And then we came across another middle-class place called Miliani. It's mostly military families and Japanese people, I was told. Well, anyway, here's what that looks like. Just a very nice, regular-looking place right in the middle of rainforest and farm fields. You wouldn't even know you were in Hawaii, would you? Just about all this, almost $1 million at this point now. How do they do it? To save money, Hawaiians do things that don't cost a lot of money. They go to the beach, they fish, hike, picnic, and they stay away from the tourist spots whenever they can. Finally, we made it to the North Shore beaches. Or sorta did. Look at all the cars everywhere, damn it. All the beaches up here were way too crowded. And then at one point, we tried to turn into a parking lot, and all the people who probably aren't even from here originally got all pissed off. Like, people were honking. Some chick called Kim a tupid ass. It was a very aggressive and rude crowd. Not a fun day. It felt like Los Angeles, just without the loud Mexican music and the trash everywhere. That is drama. Trying to park. Where's the Aloha? Going into the trip, people told me, Nick, you gotta be patient on the roadways because people here drive with Aloha. So bring your Aloha when you're in the car. Well, that's bullshit. Everybody here is as rude and insensitive as anywhere else I've been. Nobody drives with Aloha. Stupid. Anyway, we finally parked, and here's the beach we came to see. This is Sunset Beach, famous for its awesome sunsets. But it was way too wavy and windy, so we left. All that parking drama for nothing. Damn it. We kept going. We got to the tip of the top, and we wound up finding parking at the world-famous Turtle Bay Resort, where rooms are $800 a night after all the fees. Resort fees, parking fees, taxes. But if you got the dough, this is your little slice of heaven right outside your back door. Well, we didn't have to pay for a room. We got to sit on the beach for free. Up here on the North Shore. And then I got told that there's some seals over here. Oh my God, there's a seal. They call this Turtle Bay because there's turtles here. I saw one in the water, but I didn't get it on camera. I saw a rare monk seal, though. There's only 1,600 of these things left in the world. So stay away from them, people. I found my Aloha today at the Turtle Cove thing at the top of the North Shore. And look at this. Just absolutely wonderful. And then I got bored just doing that. I could hear some music off in the distance, so I was like, I'm gonna go grab a drink. And what the hell did I step into? Boy, was this place going off. Incredible. What's up? Now, everybody's heard about the North Shore of Oahu and how big and famous the surfing is up here. Well, we came in the spring, and the waves aren't nearly as big in May as they are in December. In the winter, those waves are 16, 50, sometimes 100 feet high. It's a real big deal. 7 million people come here to surf and see it. After Turtle Bay, it was time to make the turn around the island and head back around to Honolulu on the eastern shore. The weather changed fast. It pretty much rained the entire afternoon. Pretty rural back here on the eastern side. There's not nearly as many touristy spots or cities of any size. Really pretty though.
Who has to fucking rate that shit?
So I am in who knows where land on the eastern side of Oahu in some small town. It's pouring rain. That 7-Eleven, tried to go to the bathroom, couldn't. I got an interesting shot of the stuff they had for sale in there. But this place, little market on the side of rainy, beat up Oahu, where they sell Spam, Musubi, and Coke. This is redneck Hawaii. What is happening? So we've been driving around the eastern side of the island and trying to find somewhere to hang out. All the beaches are just overwhelmed with rain and been pouring rain the last couple hours out here, and all the little small towns that you find, there's really not a lot going on the eastern side. It's been raining for about 2 or 3 hours now, and most of this side is pretty chill. It's been raining pretty much for the last 2 hours, but you can see behind me that it's clearing up. So I think we're gonna go back to Honolulu now, where it's sunnier and there's more to do, but there's nothing back here but Hawaiian rednecks and rain. And this is just nuts. So the mountains on Oahu, they really do block in the rain. The weather moves from east to west on these islands. So the eastern or windward sides, they're much rainier than the western or leeward sides. The difference is extreme. Here we are driving around on the east side, and then we went into a tunnel under the mountain range. It was only about 30 seconds long, maybe a mile or two, I don't know. And then we came out on the other side and we were like, oh, it's sunny and clear? What? Holy shit, are you kidding me? What in the hell? It's literally...
I recently had a water leak at my condo, and Kyua was able to get isolate.
It's sunny.
I know.
That's Hawaii for you. Everybody told me you have to snorkel at Hanama Bay when you're on Oahu, Nick. The best snorkeling in Hawaii. So we did. So day 2 began in Hanama Bay. It's this self-important nature reserve that only lets in so many people a day. If you don't have a ticket, you can't get in. Well, it didn't seem like they only let in so many people a day. Place was packed, but it was worth it. I think it was the clearest water I saw the entire time I was here, except for that one day on Maui. Anyways, it was a rare opportunity, and I couldn't wait to get in the water. Hanama Bay has so many fish because it's protected from fishing and from development. So the fish come in here and they feed and they feel safe. Now, I'm not a snorkel guy or anything. Only probably done it 5 times in my life. And I don't know the name of all the stuff I saw, but it sure was impressive. I saw spotted fish, anemones, and rocks. This big reddish fish, I don't know what it was. And then this thing, I saw a couple of those. I was really excited about that. Oh, God. I saw a lot of things I'd never seen before. We snorkeled on all 4 islands, and I saw stuff in Hanama Bay that I didn't see the rest of the trip. I think I awoke Kim's snorkel bug. She spent a lot of time under the water on this trip. Every chance she got. As you can see, things are going really well inside of here. Oh, it's all over there. Like I was. Then after that, we put our snorkel shit away and we went to the famous Spitting Cave. It's a cave where waves go inside the cave and then get spit back out. Look at all the people that come here. Good Lord. As you might think, houses near this cave are very expensive. There isn't anything on this cliffside worth less than 5 million smackers. But look at that view. But here's the thing. It's not very private at all. There aren't any private beaches in Hawaii. So if you live here, you have to deal with all the crowds. Look at the parking. Can you imagine having this on your street every day because you live next to a popular beach? I'm sure all the peeing in the bushes and the beer cans and the drinking and the late nights. Not for me. And then homeowners actually have to leave access to the beaches. You can't block people from getting down there. So all over, there's these little walkways between the houses that lead down from the road to the beach. And it smells like piss right here. Oh my God. Look at this. Anywhere on Oahu's crowded. Hard to hear the spitting. Okay, this guy looks like he doesn't mind the crowd. Day 3, the rainy day. You got sunny, cloudy, and those clouds will just sit right over the eastern side of the island all day. It didn't stay that way. Third day began with really nice weather. We took the southern coast from Honolulu over to Kyua, which is another middle-class community on Oahu. Along the way, it's just fantastic down there. The coast here is just so cool. Every time you turn a corner, there's another new view, some new beach or some cliffs or something else to take video of. And look at that. We picked Waimanalo Beach to spend the morning. Some say Waimanalo is the prettiest beach in the state. Somebody told me Waimanalo is the prettiest beach in the world. Well, that's kind of extreme. But it is wonderful there. Highly recommend it. I saw shades of blue that I've never seen before. The camera just doesn't do it right. And every time the sun changes a bit, the blue changes. And I got addicted to trying to capture all the various shades. Jeez. Doesn't get any better than this, does it? It's almost all tourists here. I didn't see very many locals on any of the beaches we went to, even though this is all in their backyard. I asked my buddy Richard about that, and he said, yeah, I guess we kind of do take things for granted here after we move. You just tend to forget how amazing all of it is. I don't really go to the beach anymore myself. Well, I would if I lived here. And of course, there's bums on this beach. Lots of bums. The lifeguard here told me they come and go depending on when they kick them out or not. He also told me they have a pretty nice view, huh? I was like, hell yeah, they do. Must be nice. I was actually surprised to see that a lot of the neighborhoods near Waimanalo are just regular looking houses. Actually, somewhat older and less nice than I figured they'd be, just a block from the best beach in the state. But they're not regular priced. Everything right here is $1 million plus. Just crazy. I don't know if this really translates very well, but here's another example of how different it is with the weather. I mean, look at this. Beautiful, sunny skies. Perfect day. And then literally like a mile away, dumping rain. And looks like a rainforest jungle. And then you got this. So I mentioned the tension here and how the locals hate us and they wish we never came here. They feel we stole the land from them. Well, we kinda did. It all started back in the 1850s when we realized how well sugar could grow here. So we came in and we convinced the locals to let us turn a lot of Hawaii into a big sugar plantation. And we grew a lot of sugar here. So much that in 1893, the sugar magnates were like, you know what? Let's just throw their king out and take this joint over. Well, we didn't have to push too hard. Their own king sold his people out pretty easily. And then without a king, we were able to come in and annex the islands. And then we worked out a deal that was like, hey, let us put up a base here and we'll give you a bunch more sugar money. So they did. Then we made a mistake and Americanized everything. We ravaged the land and used up all the water and just kind of ruined the place. And the shitty part is we don't even grow sugar here anymore, or pineapples either. So a lot of locals here, they're still pissed off about the history. And there's a growing sovereign movement on these islands. You know, we're not part of the U.S. Well, way out in the jungle on the east side of Oahu is the independent nation of Hawaii. A local dude named Dennis Bumpy, he set up a little compound out this way that he says is not part of the U.S. Not now, not ever. So we braved the rainstorm and we drove out there to see if he was home. He wasn't. But that's it right there. That isn't part of the USA anymore. At least according to maybe 10 people. And then on the way down the mountain, that's when the rain began. Look at this. They were predicting heavy rain and flooding and heavy snow in Hawaii for the next 3 days we were here. And it just dumped that day. Hawaiians have more than 200 words for rain. If I was Hawaiian, I'd say dumping, sideways, torrential. There's 3 of them right there. Kim got nervous. Our phones were blowing up with warnings, and the roads started getting muddy. People were getting stuck. There were landslides. It was crazy.
I'm just talking about flash flooding. That's what I'm worried about. Like, are we worried about the road?
Weather cleared up over here a little bit. In between rainstorms, we went out to the middle class part of Oahu, a place called Kyua. It's one of the only normal places on this island. It's really clean and quiet. It doesn't feel snobby or anything. There's 40,000 people out here on the far eastern side of the island. Kyua is actually the 4th biggest city in Oahu. And a house here is, you guessed it, $1 million. I think a lot of these people have to be independently wealthy because I read the average income in Kyua is $130K. There aren't a lot of amazing jobs out here, so I think a lot of these people must be retired or second homeowners or something. The landscape here, it's pretty unique. You see plants and shrubs you've never seen before. I don't think that stuff would survive in North Carolina, even along the coast. Downtown Kyua, it's a neat little gem. a safe little haven away from the prying eyes of tourists. And no bums anywhere. For those 2 hours we spent in downtown Kailua, we forgot we were even in Hawaii. You can see a lot of these beaches, they have this little pathway, because every beach in Hawaii is public. So the people over here and the people over here have to just deal with this. And some of these pathways, this is really nice, but some of them are really gross. I mean, beer cans, piss, they're trashed. But if you want to live in paradise, you got to share the access to the beach with everybody else. And so you put up with it for your $1 million or $20 million view. You come through, literally, a lot of the beaches are like this, where you come out, you got this. Holy shit. What? Oh my God. What? Look at these views. You can't afford this. Another. Global warming is affecting Hawaii just like anywhere else. These islands are always changing and shifting, sinking and rising, eroding. And then this is gross. I read this online. Look at this map. Those are all cesspools on this island. Oahu has 83,000 cesspools. That's more than any other place in the country. There's sewage pits all over this place because a lot of the island's not connected to city sewers. There's just a ton of raw sewage that's beginning to seep into the ocean here, and it's starting to ruin the island's famous beaches. It sucks. And then who lives up there? God, talk about a view. And then the real drama that day. It had rained so hard in the Oahu hillsides, they were closing entire roads. And whenever H1 or H2 or H3 closes down, that whole part of the island comes to a standstill. There just aren't enough roads here. So we sat in traffic for 2 hours before we were able to find a route back to Honolulu. Oh, cool. Well, that made it so that we could go. Worst traffic in the damn country. Everywhere. But good things come sometimes when there's a setback. We were lucky. We got rerouted and we got to see a rare sight. Apparently, according to the internet and the local news, those waterfalls only happen during super heavy rains. They're kind of rare. So something good came with the dreary, huh? Just about every day, I'd ask some local, what do you think the weather's going to be like today? And they'd be like, I don't even watch the weather anymore. You think it's going to rain and it doesn't. Or it changes every hour. The local weatherman, his name's Guy Hagee. Well, everybody on the island calls him Lie Hagee. Too much, Hawaii. Too much.
Look how sunny this is.
I know. It's the same as yesterday. We did this. And
This is way sunnier.
No, actually, this is not as sunny. Last time it was all blue. I got it back. Day 4. A waterfall and sunset. On our last day in Oahu, we just took a break. We were tired. The whole day was pretty much a waterfall, and then we sat on the beach in Waikiki. Manoa Falls is one of the better waterfalls on Oahu, I was told. The trailhead, it's only about 20 minutes from downtown Honolulu, and I heard it was an easy hike up. So I thought, you know what? I got to show YouTube the first waterfall on the trip, right? Oh my God. There it is. Waterfalls. And there's people there. It was not an easy hike. It was treacherous and wet and just not fun. For me, anyways. But it was worth it. Sort of. Man, that was pretty tough. We're up here in the jungle road, the Manoa Falls, and that was pretty hard. But it's beautiful up here, and the best thing is there's no mosquitoes and bugs up here. This is my first jungle hike up here. And I'm pretty beat. I can't imagine how a lot of these folks that are out of shape are doing it. These leaves, for perspective on how big those leaves are, I could almost lay in one and go to sleep like a little baby. Little baby Nick, sleep in the jungle. The birds and the frogs. Shh. I don't know if you can see just how thick this jungle is, but you like literally can't even see more than 10, 15 feet back in there. It's just, I can't imagine how these people came in here and built roads and cities and just made this island inhabitable, because this is just how it was 100 years ago. Just one big, thick, forested jungle without any snakes. What is that?
Bamboo.
Oh, bamboo.
Yeah, bamboo.
Oh, are you supposed to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, you are supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Make the soup.
Oh, soup.
Yeah. When you make soup, it's a taste good. You mix with pig meat.
Oh.
Cook and make it.
We saw people cutting bamboo from the hiking path on the way up. I didn't think that was allowed. And of course, the waterfall parking lot is filled with chickens and roosters. These guys just do not care, do you? You don't. And your buddy totally doesn't care. What are you doing? Are you supposed to be up there? Huh? You better get up there.
Do it again.
I'm gonna feed the chicken. Come on, little mom. Come on, baby bird. Come on, mom. Oh. Oh. Hey, give some to your kids. Mama's eating them all. Hey, that's a mean mama. Little babies couldn't even eat because mama said no. You see all kinds of strange birds here. I learned that this is a minor bird. They're everywhere, and they don't move when you're driving. They'll get run over before they move. And then this is a Brazilian cardinal. Well, somebody told me that. I don't know if it really is. And the hot dogs are still the same price. Everybody here has to shop at Costco to save money on groceries. Honolulu has the busiest Costco in America. So of course I had to go there. Had to report back on what that was like. Oh my. It's crazy. Get your groceries, get your Spam, get your bananas and your guavas.
The problem is inflation. It's Bidenomics. The government wants us to be poor, so we have to rely on them forever.
So, Mappy, you're saying that the government wants us to all be poor, so we have to rely on them more?
Yes. And then one day, we'll all get a little check and vote for whoever gave it to us, and we'll be happy.
Well, then maybe we need to elect different people then.
It's too late. No one cares anymore. I might move to Mexico.
Our final night on Oahu was spent on the always crowded beach of Waikiki with a glorious sunset and a cocktail. I had spent a week on Oahu and I was torn. On one hand, you have moments like this, but this is not a relaxing place. Nothing is easy here. Oahu's expensive and people are pretty rude. It's always raining on one side of the island, and where it isn't raining, it's crowded. There's homeless people all over, it smells, and the locals don't really make you feel welcome. Just about every day, I thought, this place is amazing. And then, just about every day, I also thought, this is the most overrated place I've ever been. And I wondered, whose fault that was. Are you looking to move and need advice? I do consulting. That's right. I'll sit down and talk about where the next perfect place for you and your family should be. I do it all the time. Together, let's find you a new home that's safe and checks all your boxes. And I can also help you find your new house, too. Email me and I'll work with you. I'm not just helping you figure out where to move, but I can help you find your perfect home, too. That's right. I know awesome, reliable agents all over the country, and I'd love to connect you to somebody who can help you search for that perfect home. And I'm on Cameo, too. If you want me to send you or somebody you know a personalized video message, go to Cameo and search Nick Johnson YouTube. It's fun. Hey guys, if you learned something new about America or what it's like to live in America, great. You should think about subscribing and turning on your notifications. You can also click one of these videos or playlists for more.
Hey YouTube world, I'm Sage, Nick's manager. You've enjoyed a Corner House Entertainment production, so watch another one.